It was 2005 and I was doing my first ever four-wheel drive trip. I had left Perth a few weeks ago to drive to Darwin and to watch the V8 supercars and to explore outback Northern Territory. It was now time to return to Perth and I had 4 weeks to do it in. Today, we head towards Kununurra. Okay, it's Monday the 4th of July, American Independence Day. And we've refueled, replaced a travel lamp. The expensive one we bought from ARB, a switch has gone bung up. So rather than muck around at the moment, I bought another cheapie from Super Cheap. And we've refueled, as I said, we're on the road. We're heading for Katherine. Darwin's a nice place. Don't know about the humidity, and certainly if I had a choice between midges that piss on you and they're less than a millimetre long, or grappling with a bloody crocodile which can grow to about 3 or 4 or 5 metres anyway, I'll take the crocodile any bloody day. Okay, there's some roadworks happening up ahead, and of course there's a red light which tells us that we can't go. But just have a look at the number of caravans in that little list just along there. Caravans everywhere up here. I didn't meet too many people who actually live full-time in Darwin. Most of them were travellers. Well, I can understand why people get bloody killed up here, or why they get killed on the open road. There's a caravan in front of us, a white car behind that, and the red car. Now, that white car's been going like a bat out of hell, but got stuck behind the caravan, had plenty of opportunities to overtake, but just kept in there, hasn't even had a look to see what's going on, hasn't stuck its nose out or anything. As a result, you can understand people backing all the thing, getting very frustrated, trying to overtake and then winding up in strife as a result of it. This is just sheer bloody pity. And this little red one, it went like a bat out of hell as well. It's had an opportunity to pass once or twice as well. It still hasn't done it either. These guys obviously are brought up in the back blocks of the city and haven't got a clue about country driving. Back off your soapbox, Laurie, you've got to refuel the car. And then we're heading west for Kununurra. This is Katherine. Okay, this is the Katherine River Bridge. Have a look at the height from the riverbed to the railway line as we go past. Look how far it is down there to the top of the railway line. At the 98 floods, the water was another 12 metres above that railway line. Now this over here is the Buntine Highway, which goes through to Top Springs. And right behind me, there's a memorial plaque which was opened in 1996, opening the Buntine Highway. Now, it says this plaque commemorates the official opening of the Buntine Highway by the Honourable Mike Reid, the Minister of Energy, of Lands and Planning and Environment, and Mrs. Paddy Buntine on the 19th of October 1996, that's right. A closer inspection tells us that the Buntine Highway was named after Noel Buntine, who was a road train pioneer. He was born in Queensland in 27 and died in 94. Over a 30-year period starting in the late 50s, he revolutionised the transport of cattle. He started with a B-model Mack truck. At the end of his career, had a fleet of 50 trucks servicing the cattle industry. He introduced the use of triples, that's 3 trailers, and double-deck trailers in order to move large numbers of cattle quickly. His success was due to his ability to deliver cattle on time and in good condition despite all obstacles. His efforts led to the construction of the beef roads and the improvement of road infrastructure throughout the Northern Territory. And this run runs from Nicholson to the east of Halls Creek up through to where we are now, which is between Katherine, it's just past Willaroo actually. I don't remember going past Willaroo, but there you go. We're heading towards Timber Creek. It's all flat land, and all of a sudden you start to get these hills come up, popped up out of nowhere. Right now I'm standing on the roof rack and the car's bloody wobbling. If the car going past is going to make it wobble even more. Wow, look at that, just pops up out of nowhere. Fabulous. Now, as always, I did this in Alice Springs, climbed up on the roof rack and nearly killed myself. Did the same again now. Drive a few hundred metres down the road and get a great view of it. But then there's other places where I've stopped, or I've tried to find something else, and nowhere else to do it except where you first saw it from. Okay, that's back towards Katherine. That's where we've come from. We're just a bit further down the road now, on top of a little rise, and they've cut out a couple of truck stops here as we come over the rise. The view that greets us. Starting to get into some interesting country. We're now starting to approach Victoria River, about 50 kilometres away from that. Nature's an amazing thing. I love hills. I love driving up them. I love driving down them. I hate walking up and down them. Geez, they look great. Oh, beautiful countryside this is. Just think a few minutes ago it was dull, lifeless, flat. I hesitate saying boring, I mean, but gee whiz, this is nice.
At the door, trying to be my baby, trying to be my baby. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Well, it takes some heart from a baby, wrapped it up and they go with me.
There's the Victoria River. Now we're now just coming in the Victoria River itself. Gates on the end, obviously, because it gets flooded and therefore they're going to stop traffic from going through. Okay, there's a roadhouse here.
Something I can't find.
Okay, we're going to have a look around and then we'll come back and report. This is the Victoria River Roadhouse, now under new ownership. We're going to continue on, apparently a few kilometres west of here. The way we're going, we've got access to a gorge and a couple of other things. There we go. Just look at these hills. Oh, gorgeous. Just got the sun shining on them and they look fantastic. Well, access into this part of the Victoria River is by four-wheel drive only. I can see why. There's actually part of the river there. There's a boat down there which is designed to take people on trips, tours. And as always, the normal crocodile warnings. Very quiet, it's pretty through here, but we'll go back and continue on with our journeys, I feel. Incidentally, what we were just looking at, this is the track that we come in on. This is heading back towards Victoria River. Just a break in the ranges there. Yeah, I just read the sign at the road. The road says there's a gorge up there. It's the Victoria River Gorge. But it says there's a boat ramp, which is where we've just been. So obviously you hop in the boat then and then get the ride up to the gorge. That's the way it appears to me, because there's no way you'd walk through there. Or maybe you would. Who knows? But anyhow, with crocodiles and things around the place, I don't think I would. Mind you, wouldn't be as bad as midgies. Obviously fell off and rolled down at one point in time. It's interesting, it's almost as though the ranges are split in two. There's sort of two halves of them, where they're in the middle. Little flat area. Sort of a valley, I guess. Well, then again, that would make sense too, because that's where the river runs, isn't it? So much for my geography. Oh, look at this. Well, I'm standing in the riverbed, a part of the Victoria River. And this is the old Victoria River crossing. You come down this way, you cross the river across there, and go out over there. You got to be careful because there's crocodiles around. Who's going to wade it with a crocodile in the place? Not surprisingly, four-wheel drive access only down here. I'm glad I bought it. You can go barra fishing in there. And there's the Victoria River, just a couple of kilometres on, running alongside the road and disappearing up around the bend, up there. Well, I'm at the picnic area for the Joe Creek walking track. Because it's late in the day, we're not going to do it. Still got some miles to do today. But apparently the track is fairly moderate to heavy going. You got a fair climb up to the first bit. You walk around the top and come back down to the riverbed and walk around. Apparently some spectacular views and things, sorts of things we've already done this trip. We've got a lot to do in Western Australia, so we're going to keep moving. Okay, I know I'm overdoing it, but there's some of the simply most gorgeous countryside. Really is very nice. This is on the road back to the main road now. Fantastic. This is a Durack Memorial. It's in memory of the pioneering Durack family who worked with Aboriginal people in establishing a thriving cattle industry in this region. The Duracks, of course, had property holdings in the Ord River Valley right across to this part and a little bit beyond of the Northern Territory, and we're near Timber Creek at this point in time. And this actually is a simulation where it is remembering the wooden fences that they used to make for tying what they call a bullock rail, rather than having yards everywhere. They couldn't afford to do that because of the size of the land, so they'd build these little bullock rails, and then they'd rope the bullocks up to them, castrate them, or do whatever they had to do with them. And this is right opposite the Belita access road into the Gregory National Park, which meets up with the Buntine Road way down. And again, this is fairly typical of the countryside around this particular area of land. Well, we keep moving. Timber Creek's just down the road. Right, this is the caravan park at Timber Creek that we're settled in for the night. Quite pleasant, lots of birds, a little bit of bush and stuff around there as well, trees. Really quite pleasant, nice grass. And of course the usual neighbours. Swimming pool. Just really delightful surroundings. 2005, and it's a Tuesday if I'm very much mistaken. That's the way to travel. You've actually got the hitch on the back of the ute. This back part of the wall where those two back windows are, that actually all slides out to expand the room. Yeah, now that's the way to travel. Four-wheel drive unit. There's more to Timber Creek than I thought there was. I didn't walk down this far. Timber Creek Hotel, would you believe? Complete with the fuel station. I must admit there was no fuel station back there, but I was expecting just the standard little, there's another caravan park down here as well. So 2 caravan parks. And I was expecting just the usual roadhouse, but geez, this is a big metropolis. Okay, well, Kununurra, here we come. We're on the road again. Well, this is the Victoria River. This is Policeman's Lookout where I'm at. That little piece in the middle there is probably the crossing. As you can actually go down, there's a track leading down there to go through the crossing. Some mud flats where the river would normally cover in wet season. Back up the river. There's a little track leading down the bush there, down the hill, up here, and where I'm standing. Look at that. Looks like there's been a kangaroo here, or something. Yeah, I can't get up close enough to it, but it's probably a boat ramp or something, but looking through the binoculars, that looks almost like a submerged boat. Yeah, interesting. Okay, Kununurra, here we come, 220 kilometres. My first boab tree. Now it's only a little bloke, but it's right here on the side of the road, and I've just come out of that lookout. I didn't see it on the way through before because there's a bloody great sign right in front of us as you're driving, so you don't take much notice of what's happening there, and there it is. Well, if there's one thing I hate is when they have lookouts and they don't put a car park at the bottom and make you climb all these rocks and this dangerous sort of paths to get to the top. They make it cushy for you, like putting a road all the way up. I couldn't believe it. I thought my birthday should all come at oh, it is my birthday. Well, there you go. I suppose that's sort of, maybe it's okay. Yeah, I was driving along and there's a road to the cemetery and the rubbish dump and lookouts. So I drive up and, gee whiz, about 3 or 4 kilometres up. And here we are at the top, looking down over the town where I stayed last night, Timber Creek. And it's some of the hinterland as well. Beautiful. Now there's a study of a river plain if ever there was one. It's out of the river meandering through. And the rest of the valley there. And the Policeman's Lookout is down about there somewhere. Now up on this lookout, there's this little memorial thing. And the plaque says, in memory of the men and horses of the 21st or 2/1st North Australian Observer Unit who guarded Timber Creek from 1942 onwards in the war against Japan. Timber Creek will remember them lest we forget. This group was affectionately known as the Knackaroos. It was the idea of Major Stanner. He came up with the concept of a group of bush commandos to watch over Northern Australia following the Japanese bombing of the top end and northwest. It set up headquarters at Katherine. Companies were based on the Gregory, Roper and Ord rivers. Their task was to patrol the northern coastal areas, usually on horseback, looking for signs of enemy activity. To man fixed coastwatch stations and to run a signals network for Northern Australia. At its peak, the unit consisted of 550 odd men and employed 59 Aboriginal people. Well, B Company was set up with 12 platoons on the Ord River and it based a platoon in Timber Creek, and their activities included manning a base camp at the original Timber Creek store near the present airstrip and observation posts on Bradshaw Station and Blunder Bay near the mouth of the Victoria River. The force was disbanded in March 1945. It's very easy to underestimate or dismiss the part played by the Northern Territory during the Second World War, and what the potential consequences were had the Japanese actually overrun the country. Now, I don't remember too much of my Australian history. It was a long time ago. Not only the history, a long time ago when I learnt about it. We were given a bit of information about the fact that Darwin got attacked, but I don't know that we really realised the full implications of what was happening up here. Certainly a lot of it was kept under lock and key. It was top security. Now there's a river bridge down there. I don't know whether we're going to cross it or not, but I guess we'll find out in the course of the day. We might not even find out what it is. A quick look on the map last night indicated that this area is surrounded by mountain ranges. Look at those out there. They just keep piling up one behind the other. This little area here has been set up as a barbecue type area, and it's very pleasant up here. I dare say this is where they run Anzac Day ceremonies in Timber Creek. Directly below us there, that little strip of dirt is the Timber Creek airstrip. And that's part of their road up to the lookout. Well, that was a bonus. So you certainly take notice of signs. That bridge we're talking about, Victoria River Lookout. Let's go and have a look. That says it all. Australian Defence Force, restricted area, no vehicles are on bridge, pedestrian access only. Well, people reckon I'm pretty pedestrian, so let's go and have a look. There must be a military camp of some sort up there because there's a guy opening the gates, and here comes a vehicle. What we'll do is throw ourselves across the road in front of him, force him to stop and ask him. Yeah, we'll do that as well. Aha. They're abandoning the vehicle. A bit of wildlife down there. And we've just been debating as to whether or not that's a crocodile or not. Whatever. It's a bloody long way away. There's a boat ramp up there. The guys just dropped the boat in, backed off. I wonder whether road engineers get bored. I mean, let's have a look. We've got asphalt to the left of the white line, we've got asphalt to the right of the white line. Then on the edges of the road, down the middle of the road, we have a different colour asphalt tar type thing altogether, with the lines marked on it. It doesn't matter where you travel in Australia, you see different ideas for roads, but this one's a different one here. I decided to pull up on the side of the road and get rid of a few things inside the car. Things like, for example, empty coffee containers and things. Someone's obviously been here and had a party. 1, 2, 3, a whole heap of boab trees right in this particular little corner of the road. Now, this has been running alongside of us for quite some time now. But this is, according to my map anyway, the Pinkerton Range. And there's another range up behind that again. As I explained earlier on, they just keep coming. But look at the countryside in front of us at the moment. Dead flat, very few trees. Not so long back, there was slightly taller trees, more of them, and again, sort of flattish. Certainly different to the river country we've been in. It's also a very warm day today. Quite cool inside the car. This is not cleared land, this is just grazing land. I dare say when the first explorers came through, the grass was fairly tall. What happens up here now is that it burns fairly regularly. The idea of burning, of course, obviously, refreshes everything. Okay, now less than a kilometre on, here we are, changing scenery again. Now, there are a few riverbeds and creeks along here, so maybe it's got something to do with it. Maybe the piece we were looking at was a floodplain, but there we're just past a metre on the side of the road, showing that this is also a floodplain. So, yeah, who knows? We were talking about the Pinkerton Range following us along the side of us. Well, there it is now. We're approaching it. Just trying to get a little bit of this mountain range with the sun on it. Great rock formation there. Well, according to me, we're something like around about just under 60 kilometres from Kununurra, so we can't be too far from the West Australian border at this point in time. Okay, here's the checkpoints. Welcome to WA. Empty your car out. How's this looking out the windscreen? What a beautiful picture, eh? And guess what? This is Kimberley Lane Caravan Park. This is where I'm sleeping tonight. Float plane. Obviously lands on Lake Argyle. And he's heading for the airport, I'd suggest. It's just up the road. And as is the Lord River Diversion Dam, I'm pretty certain that this Lake Kununurra was probably formed as a result of that dam. It really is very pretty here. It's coming up, it's about 4:30, just after 4:30 in the afternoon. We do tours on this lake. I'm not sure whether you can get out of it or not, into other areas. Abundance of bird life. That guy up there, if I'm mistaken, is a kite. Yep. Fly in the air there.
I'm down the station. Lost the plot a bit.
Oh, well.
We're off from the spot.
And if I turn around 90 degrees, 180 degrees, there I am, right there. If you enjoyed this video, there are over 500 more just like it on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when the next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button and feel free to share with your friends. Thanks for watching.